Conor Benn has already decided next fight after Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. Conor Benn already has one eye on his next fight, but remains solely focused on his rematch with longtime rival Chris Eubank Jr. on Saturday night. Conor Benn wants to fight WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios regardless of how his rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. plays out. Benn and Eubank Jr. will lock horns for a second time on Saturday night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. The pair first went head-to-head back in April, and despite starting strong, Benn fell just short in an attempt to get one over his rival after suffering a points defeat. The Destroyer comes into the rematch heavier than his rival and is itching to level the series. Should he topple Eubank Jr., Benn has no interest in a trilogy fight. Instead, he has his own dreams and is targeting a move back down to welterweight in a bid to become a world champion. He has even called for a showdown with reigning welterweight king Barrios. Azteca has not fought since his contentious draw with boxing legend Manny Pacquiao back in July. Speaking of his future plans, Benn told Boxing Social, "I want to fight for the WBC world title next." The Chris Eubank Jr. vs. Conor Benn rematch is set for Saturday, November 15 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. For me, that's the priority. I know Mauricio Sulaiman will bless that fight, given history and my dad with the WBC world title. See if we can make the Barrios fight next immediately, providing Barrios wants the fight, which we've had communication from him and his team, and that's the fight that will highly likely happen next for me at 147. In a separate interview with Sky Sports, he doubled down on his comments, stating, "I think Chris will retire after this fight. He's fighting a welterweight. Just look at the landscape. He isn't going to stay at 160 ulbs and fight a Janibek or a Shiraz for half the money. It doesn't make sense. He's fighting a welterweight. I'll drop back down to welterweight and carry on pursuing my goals and dreams at 147. This is my final fight at 160. He added, "My goal is to win a world title at welterweight. Right now, my goal is to get back down to welterweight. I have the best team, nutritionist, a chef to get back down to 147. I'm going to the WBC convention in Thailand straight after the fight to get that sorted. There's plenty of world title opportunities for me to get. Whether it's Barrios, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, these are the fights that are being talked about after the fight straight away. Brian Norman, any of these guys. I'll fight any of these guys." Benn's last fight at welterweight came 3 years ago against Chris Van Heerden. The Brit needed just 2 rounds to knock the South African out. Despite the inactivity at welterweight, Benn insists he is capable of cutting back down to 147 ulbs with ease. But right now, though, he is focused on Eubank Jr. "If I was scared or not a proper fighting man, would I have given the public this fight? Probably not, no. I'm the one jumping up 2 weights at the end of the day," he said. "You couldn't lose the first one. You're fighting a welterweight, for God's sake. You've got to think that was the second time going 12 rounds in my whole career. I'm about to tuck him in on Saturday." When is Conor Benn vs. Chris Eubank Jr. too? The 12-round middleweight rematch is set to occur on Saturday, November 15. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London will once again play host to the event. Official timings are still under wraps, but it's expected that the undercard will kick off at around 5 p.m. UK time. For the main event, the ring walks are anticipated to happen at approximately 9:50 p.m. UK time.